Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, I've done over 17 videos concerning health and wellness, but in this video, it's all about makeup hygiene and why it's so important. Many of us can get complacent when it comes to cleaning our utensils and makeup, but doing so could lead to very harmful consequences, such as acne, clogged pores, sensitivity, and even infection. 95% of products in professional makeup kits were found to be contaminated with bacteria. 72% of women admit to never washing their makeup brushes. After 1 month of use, uncleaned makeup brushes held more bacteria than researchers were even able to measure. Main areas of makeup include lip gloss, foundation, mascara, lipstick, and blush. Research shows that in and out-of-date makeup can even develop bacteria. With lip gloss not expired, meningitis bacteria began to form. With foundation, bacteria and meningitis, mascara, entobacteria, and with lipstick and blush, meningitis bacteria. Have you ever started a new skincare routine and just gave the credit to maybe hormones? It could be that a lot of the products that you're using and putting on your face have not been cleaned properly. Another contributing factor, your products could be expired. Okay, so don't freak out. I didn't just come to bring you bad news. I'm here to discuss the hygiene of makeup and how to take better care of yourself, the science behind it all, how to recognize if your product is out of date, and where is the expiration date anyway, and how to preserve and clean your makeup utensils and makeup. So let's get started. First, let's go over makeup expiration dates. When you get makeup, make sure that you note somewhere the date of your purchase and the date of the expiration. Mascara usually lasts about 3 months. Have you had mascara for longer than 3 months? Okay, so we need to talk. Eyeliner for 6 months, pencil liners 1 year, foundation 6 to 12 months, toss if it's starting to separate, lip gloss 1 year, concealer 1 year. Powdered versions can last longer. Nail polish 2 years. If separated, toss it. Lipstick 2 years. Powders 2 years. And eyeshadow 2 years. Keep in mind that this range of expiration includes a healthy makeup hygiene routine. This also includes the birth date of the product from the factory to you. Majority of all hygiene products will have the expiration icon on the back. It's indicated by a container with an opened lid and a number indication following with the letter M. This indicates the amount of months that the product is good. The open lid suggests this is when it begins when the lid or opening of product is exposed to the air. Here are some examples of icons you may see on the back of your makeup. 1 month, ranging all of the way to 1 year, and proceeding after 24 months. Please keep in mind that products that are natural have a faster expiration date. Imagine leaving your toothbrush at the bottom of your purse for 1 month and then using it. Gross, right? So why do we do that with cosmetics? Even though we have protective caps and castings, many of our beauty regimen staples can be loaded with bacteria. Many cosmetics, especially lipstick and concealers, can be the perfect environment for bacteria and cause breakouts and even infections. Now we're moving into the tutorial section of the video. I'll show you what dermatologists recommend of how we clean our makeup products and utensils. You don't need expensive machines or products for this process. The core items of what you'll need are cotton swabs, isopropyl alcohol 70%, soap which can break down oil, and what's optional is olive oil. Olive oil helps to speed the process up when it comes to breaking down makeup off of brushes. So I'm going to be transparent when it comes to my makeup and what I have stored in my storage unit. I do make sure that I separate everything. I clean as I go. But hey, I'm human. Time goes on. You're in a rush. You throw on some makeup, or you're not thinking. You kind of clean it off, or you kind of wipe it down. And after a while, that makeup starts to get into the creases and crevices of my containers and my surfaces. So don't judge me, okay? I am showing very close up how things can start to look. So there's makeup kind of dusting away, there's dust particles, there's a mixture of it in the creases there. We're getting really up close and personal. I'm also showing how there's some fingerprints here and there, clearly containing some type of bacteria I can't see. So we're getting really up close. I got the camera super up close so you can see how makeup can get very close. We're also seeing some dust particles. I'm a very clean person, and dust has its way of getting in areas that we can't reach. So we need to just take everything out and get to cleaning. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now that we have everything out, I know there are a lot of people that can look at my collection and say, girl, that is not even a lot of makeup. Well, I've been aware of the expiration of products for a very long time, and I don't buy makeup in bulk. I buy things that will last for certain periods of time, as we read before, about 3 months, 6 months, a year, etc. So we're going to get into how to clean those lipsticks, how to clean the makeup containers, how to clean the brushes, how to get way deep inside and get all of that bacteria out, and also observe if some brushes need to be thrown away. We're also going to get into cleaning those sponges and getting all of that out. We're also, as a bonus, going to look at contacts. Now, these are not prescribed, but I wear colored contacts just for fashion. We're going to look at those expiration dates as well. Also, we're going to look at utensils we may use. We're talking about sharpeners, liners, also things for our eyebrows. That has bacteria too, and things that can cut is really important. Lashes, how many times have you worn your lashes? It's only recommended that you use your lashes so many times, even after cleaning. Also, we got to look into those powders, those lipsticks. We're going to just also look at concealers because they contain those mini brushes that touch our skin. It's very important because these are things that are around sensitive areas, right? Our mouth and our eyes. It's really important. So let's start with these brushes. Brushes, in my opinion, take the longest to clean thoroughly. So we want to allow them to soak and absorb the products that we're using, the soap and the olive oil. I'm getting some hot water going in the sink, and I got the Dawn Platinum 4 times more clean, right? It says it's grease cleaning. So that lets me know that this product will give me strong potency when it comes to breaking down grease. I also got some extra virgin olive oil. It's nothing fancy smancy. This is Target's store brand, okay? It's just a real cute bottle. That's why I got it. It was pretty cute, huh? Okay, so I'm adding in, not a lot. You can just kind of eye it, but I would say 1 teaspoon of soap and just put that in there, and also a nice cap full of olive oil. You don't need a lot, okay? So just eye it and just kind of play around with it. You don't need the sink or whatever to overflow with a whole bunch of product, okay? The point is to just get a lot of the product in there to just be saturated in the water so we can put our brushes into. Now we're taking a look here. I'm showing you the before of how the brushes look. I'm also looking at this here, and I'm like, it has this metal thing in the middle, and I'm actually thinking about throwing that away. I do have a replacement, so I'm just gonna throw that away because that metal piece in the middle, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want that soaking with my brushes. So they're really dirty. Okay, they got concealer and all kind of stuff caked up in there real bad. I thought I was doing a good job, but I wasn't. It's looking kind of. I'm just kind of swirling it in there so it can absorb some of the soap and the olive oil, and just drop it in there. Just let the soap and the olive oil do its thing. The next brush is the Sonia Kashuk brush. It does come with the cover, but over a period of time, that makeup does get on the cover, so we're going to wash that as well. Now, with that brush, it has a lot of makeup that's compacted, so I got to make sure that that's clean. And I'm just going to drop that plastic cover in there too. I noticed that the amount of water that I used did not match up with the amount of soap that I used, so I'm just adding a little bit more. I did notice that without even it being in the water for a minute, it's already starting to break down and take out a lot of that makeup. I was just kind of amazed, like, wow, that was pretty fast. And I'm going to show you that it's already breaking down out of the brush. And we haven't even rubbed it or scrubbed or anything. So I'm just going to let that sit. Look how quickly that water is turning, breaking down all of the oil, removing it from the brush. Now that's what breaks down makeup. Makeup wipes, makeup remover, there are things in there that break down oil, breaking down makeup. Oh, and I forgot those sponges. Throw those babies in there. Boop. Look at that water. Look at that water, you guys. It's already saturated, okay? I did not fast forward the video. I kept everything in real time as I was doing it. Look at that. So since it's a sponge, I'm going to squeeze it a few times so it can really absorb that soap and that olive oil. Be patient because we're going to clean all of our makeup. And, it's probably going to be done by the time we finish. But just squeeze it a few times so it can absorb that soapy water and that olive oil. Feel free to use more olive oil if you want. Okay, so it's totally up to you, but I'm showing you that using minimal product, it's getting it done. And look at that caked up concealer. Did you see how that was breaking down? Yeah, it's working. Now let's get to the foundations, okay, the concealers. Let's get to that. So the important thing about this is that it may look really clean, but as we touch makeup, it's on our hands and it gets on that product, okay? It's very important that you understand the wand that has all of the product. It can get in the crevices. This is the part, and on the outside, that has been exposed to the air the longest, meaning that these are the parts that get the most bacteria because it's touching the air more. So what we're going to do is we're going to clean the outside of these bottles, the inside, right, of the container, and the outside of the opening, okay? Because that is what we want to get rid of. Now, when it comes to what's on the inside, there's really not too much we can do about that. We have to go along with the expiration recommendations that are on there. I'm getting a makeup wipe just to wipe down what's on the outside, okay? And I'm getting scrubbing bubbles disinfected. Now, not scrubbing bubbles, the cleaner. Scrubbing bubbles makes a multi-purpose disinfectant, okay, which cleans germs. This is an additional thing. If you don't have a disinfectant, that's fine. Use your alcohol. But this kills molds, mildew, kills germs, such viruses as cold and flu, okay, bacteria, viruses, fungi, all of that stuff. This is something you do not have to get, but it's a little faster. Now I got a makeup wipe and my hands are clean. And just to show, I just touched those items and I already have makeup on the wipe. This is just letting you know what we can't see. Isn't that something? I had just washed my hands and I got a makeup wipe. I touched those products, and just touching those products that look clean, that came on the makeup wipe. Isn't that crazy? So just because things look clean doesn't mean that they're clean. Okay, you guys. So you have to wipe off, right, that outside. I know many of you are thinking, oh, that's so much product that you're wiping away. You have to keep in mind that your health, right, is more important than that little swig of products, okay? And I never buy a lot of makeup all the time because I think about those expiration dates. But anywho, moving on. get your makeup wipe and try to get as best as you can into those areas. If you can't get way deep in there, that's fine. I do not recommend you use water in these areas because water is a breeding ground, right? It's just waiting on bacteria. That's like a sponge, right? That's just sitting there. No matter how many times you wring it out, that water is just there. So just use that makeup wipe, okay? Because there's a very small amount of wetness, okay? So get as much as you can off of there because that is what's been sitting there and has been exposed to the air the longest. So do the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the more you remove, the better. So I'm going to let that air for just a few seconds, just so I'm not just dipping the wetness of the wipe back into the product. We're going to do the same thing for the rest of the products, okay? So I'm just showing you with that one item the process and what you want to do, okay? Wipe off whatever excess you have from that bottle, the second bottle that you're picking up. Look at that. That's even more product on my hands from that bottle. Wipe off the outside very well, okay? Wipe it down all around. And you have the option of spraying a little bit of the disinfectant on a paper towel and wiping down the outside as well. Now let's observe an expiration date together. Now on the back of this foundation, we see the icon and it has 12M. So do you remember what that means? That means that this product, after opening, will expire after 12 months. Let's take a look at Juvia's Place. So it's a little bit out of focus there. I do apologize. I think that says... I can't see. I was out of focus. Like, what the heck? Oh, it looks like 24. There we go. Yay, it's 24 months. Okay, so that is the expiration of when that needs to be gone. Okay, on the bottom of that, on the concealer, 12 months. You see that? 12M. So after 12 months, it's recommended to throw it away. Now I am just taking some disinfectant, spraying it on a paper towel, and I'll just use this one last time to just disinfect the outside of each container. You can do this process with your alcohol if you do not have any disinfectant. Now we're going to move on to the next section, the lip pencils and concealers and a lot of those powdered products. And look at the sink, okay? Look at all of the product that has been taken off of those brushes. It's amazing, right? We didn't need anything expensive, just soap and olive oil. I'm also going to clean The storage containers, we are going to clean that with the dish soap as well to get off of that makeup that can contain bacteria, things that we've touched over and over again. Now, with powders, I'm going to put that to the side, but first I'm going to explain that we need to do the shavings of the lip pencils or eye pencils. But you also have to remember you need to clean the sharpeners. Grab your cotton ball, make sure that you saturate it with the alcohol, okay? With the cotton swab, saturate it, and you're going to clean this area. Be very careful that you clean the entryway of the pencil and the blade. Get a lot of the product out as much as you can. Clean inside the entryway as much as you can. You may have to make a little funnel shape to get deep in there, but that has that bacteria as well. Our mission is to clean this blade and to get that area clean, because we don't want to keep sharpening and putting old bacteria on other pencils. Getting rid of these shavings is like hitting the reset button on the surface of your pencil, and you're getting rid of those shavings and doing that. Now, you can shave the pencils as frequently as you want, because the more you do it, the healthier, the better. Okay, so just make sure that you get in there as clean as possible, because you want that to be clean. We want a mirror reflection and all of that being gone. And I'm showing you in the light, it is clean now. We have gotten a lot of that product out as much as possible. So I'm just going to clean the next one. Anything that you see me move to the side and don't clean is because it's brand new and it has the plastic still on it. But I am going to take either my alcohol or my disinfectant to clean out the outside. Any things that I've touched on there with makeup or foundation, I'm going to get that off of the plastic. Okay, so I'm not skipping over anything. It's just new. It's not opened, and I am cleaning the outside of the plastic to get rid of any product that might be on that. Now that our blade is clean, we're going to go through one by one and we're going to sharpen our lip pencils, eye pencils, whatever you got. Go ahead and sharpen that. And remember in between to wipe down the blade with the disinfectant or the alcohol, because we want to make sure that we're doing it clean with each pencil. Anytime that you do a total clean with all of your products, you want to make sure that you're starting as fresh as possible. I'm just pointing out more examples of noticing the expiration date, 18 months. Clean all of your lipsticks that have those sponges the same way. We're going to clean the outside spiral area of the opening and inside of the cap. I'm doing that as well with the mini concealers that have the brushes. So any lip glosses, anything that has that spool opening, we're cleaning the inside of it and the outside of where our mouth has touched. And I'm getting that disinfectant when I'm done with all of the products and cleaning the outside. Now let's move on to the powders. A lot of the setting powders, foundation powders that we have, this process is a little different. Now remember, when it comes to powders that are loose like this, try to get in the habit of using what you need on a paper towel or a paper plate and using it off of that surface instead of dipping your brush on the actual container. This prevents you from contaminating your entire container. Okay, so with a dry cotton swab, okay, we're going to dust off the powder that is on the sides, that's all around, and we're going to dust that off, and the top. Okay, don't be concerned about, oh, that's wasting product. Oh, just wipe that off. That has been exposed to the air the longest. We're also going to take our paper towel with alcohol or disinfectant, and we're going to wipe. Look at that, there's even product even after I've wiped it off with a dry cotton swab. But we're going to wipe along the outside that our hands have touched, along the crevices of that spiral opening, and we're going to go ahead and disinfect that. We're also going to do that with the top of the container as well. We're going to do the same process when it comes to highlighters, blushes, etc. We're going to get a dry cotton swab and we're going to dust off several, or a paper towel. You can do it either way first. I'm wiping off the outside first. Totally up to you. Doesn't matter the order as long as it gets done. We're getting off the outside, cleaning it, and we're cleaning the container inside, anywhere that you see loose powder. The most important part is to get a dry cotton swab, dry, and dust off several layers of that blush, of the foundation. Get off as many layers as you can, right? And just dust it off and get it all off. And the cotton swab was getting majority of that. But after you've done that and you've dusted off a few layers, go ahead and take your cotton swab or a paper towel with disinfectant or alcohol to get rid of the excess around the container. So it's not just powder laying around to just gather more bacteria. So just get rid of that. Take your time, because powders can get messy if you do not take your time. Just think about mud and you adding water to it. It's just going to be a muddy mess. So take your time and make sure that you do the process thoroughly and take your time. Dust off, and then after the dust is removed, then proceed to move with something that has something wet so you don't mix it together. A lot of the blades that you use, make sure that you wipe off and clean the outside of that with alcohol, and the blades with your cosmetic contacts. Check those dates. And with lipsticks, we're going to wipe those down as well. And we're going to wipe down the outside of those setting sprays as well. So take a moment just to clean the surface that you've been cleaning everything with some disinfectant or some soap, because we don't want to transfer bacteria all over the place. Be very careful when you're wiping down items that have a blade. Do not rush this process. Go very slow and wipe downwards. Never wipe on top of a blade because you could injure yourself. But the goal here is to get rid of any makeup, to get rid of any hairs that we may have. I know I use these to arch my eyebrows, and I keep those. Or sometimes I'm doing a wig or something and I'm cutting off the lace. I have certain ones that are for wigs, and I have certain ones that are for that I use on my face. Okay. And then I also have scissors that I use specifically to open makeup products, and I keep that in there. But we want that blade super clean. Do you see that? We want that blade super clean, and also be sure not to keep blades for a very long time. If you see any rust or anything building up, throw it away. It's the same concept as using shavers for your legs. A lot of people annually get infections because they've used a blade and got an infection from being cut from that blade, and it has a lot of bacteria or rust on it. It's the same thing that can happen with your face. So just be very careful. When it comes to contacts that you just use for fashion, make sure that you check those dates. Check those expiration dates, the solution that you use, clean those containers that you're putting them in. Do not think just because it's saline that, oh, it can't contain bacteria and there's no harm in that. There is large harm in keeping things that are going in your eye that have a lot of bacteria buildup. It's very dangerous. A lot of people have had dangerous infections to the eyes. You don't want to do that. I also keep regular eye drops that I just use for my eyes, and I check that expiration date as well. If they're old, you spend a lot of money on them, throw them away. Your health is more important. I also noticed that the saline solution will expire in about 2 months. I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. Our items have been in the soap and olive oil for a while, and it's doing pretty good, seeing how we haven't done anything. And look at that sponge. It's getting there, seeing how it had a lot of foundation on it, and a lot of the brushes are starting to get clean. Now, we're not going to just soak them. We're going to go ahead and drain the dirty water, squeeze everything, get all of that out. And if just looking at that, a lot of the brushes are clean, but deep down inside, there may be still some products. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with another fresh sink of water just so we can rinse out the dirty water, and we can add a little bit more soap. Now, as you can see, those very compacted brushes still have a lot of makeup in them. The foundation brush is still deep, but hey, consider they've gotten pretty clean not doing anything. They've just been sitting in there, okay? So this round, we drain the dirty water. The brushes that are clean, we're gonna go ahead and clean that again just to get out whatever we can't see. And just with our hand, we are going to place soap in the hand, and we're going to rub those brushes into our hand just to loosen up that makeup. And we're going to get it nice and sudsy and soapy. That's what I'm doing. I'm just moving it around. And we're rinsing it out. If we keep seeing makeup, we're just rinsing it out. I'm using a little bit more soap. So this is the last round, getting out whatever I can't see and letting it soak just a little longer. So this next phase is actually me cleaning the makeup storage unit, okay? And I'm gonna clean all of that, get all of the stuff that I cannot see. We're gonna wipe that all off. We're gonna get it nice and fresh. We have all of our makeup products clean to the best of our ability. The utensils, the sharpeners, even the blades that we use on our face, we've got that all nice and clean. The brushes are put to the side so they can dry. I will not add the brushes to the unit until the brushes are thoroughly dry, because we don't want anything with moisture just sitting in there. So as we can see, the storage unit is just very clean. It's just blinging. It's reflecting the light very well. We got all that dust, makeup, bacteria, things that we can't see cleaned off down the sink, and we're ready for another round of new makeup that we might get. And also just to have a moment to just throw away lashes that are old that we've used several times. Instead of using what I used before, I'm going to go ahead and use paper towels that I've measured, and I'm going to put that in each drawer. So just look at this. We have everything clean and ready to go. We're starting off fresh rather than letting just everything sit and just be in that bacteria and just potentially giving us an infection. That's what we don't want. And I'm putting all of the products that are associated with one another back in. Now, as you can see, that maroon, that makeup brush cleaner, I made sure to disinfect that as well and to spray disinfectant in that container as well, because that can contain bacteria. These are new lashes that have not been used. The other lashes that were older and have been used, even though disinfected in the past, I threw those away. It's time to move on to the next round of lashes, and I also disinfected the outside of these containers as well. This is the drawer that the makeup brushes will go into. They're still drying, but I'm going to put the clean cover and the makeup brush I haven't used yet that's been disinfected on the outside in its proper place. We've cleaned everything, we've thrown away everything that's past expiration or close to expiration, and we have more room for more products, new fresh products. But it should feel good starting off fresh, starting off new, knowing that you're minimizing your chances of infection. We're draining out that last bit of water, everything looks clean. I'm squeezing out any little bit of soap, and I'm patting it dry and allowing it to dry for an extended period of time so I can put it back in my storage area. So just make sure that you rinse again. You don't want to see any makeup in the water. If you're still seeing makeup in the water, then wash again. Those sponges got super clean. Not with any expensive machines or any expensive products. Just a little bit of soap and some olive oil. Cheers to good health. I hope you learned something in this video and something that will assist you concerning makeup hygiene. This is a movie and television show recap channel, but every now and then I like to do videos that I've added to playlists, wig reviews, press on nails, DIYs, etc. So make sure that you check out those playlists, binge watch, and have fun. I've even listed some in the pinned comment that I think you might enjoy. In the meantime, in between time, take care of yourself and each other. Bye.